22 hours away from the NBA trade deadline and 365 days removed from.
Where were you on this day a year ago?
I remember. I remember it. We were still at home, D'Lo and KC.
Yeah.
I was running a smidge bit late off of the normal schedule, and I was just stepping in to like get ready, and I looked at the phone, and I believe it was Woj tweeted, Sacramento Kings have traded Tyrese Halliburton. Huh? Oh my God. Okay. Scrambled again. And this was, I think I just scrambled to throw some stuff on and went in to the home studio and just go live.
Yeah.
Went live, and I think we did like a 5-hour show that day on the stream, and
we got
4
on
hours on the radio.
Probably around 11.
Yeah, because it was around that time that the news came out. And I remember initial reaction. Wow, they traded Tyrese Halliburton, and it was I can't believe they did it. They traded Tyrese, and like I'm getting ready. Okay, how are we gonna approach this, Tomas? And you start, and the more I just thought about it, it was like, wow, they did it. Okay, I think I get it. I think I get the vision. I think I get why. And then go to sit down, and you start seeing the reaction, and then I started. Am I wrong? Do we got to start screaming and yelling? Like I'm confused. Like these NBA people are furious over this, and I feel like our take 365 days ago. I hate that's such a stupid word, and I really hate it. So I apologize.
What's your take?
I apologize for using it. Our opinion on the deal today. Obviously, it's easier to discuss this today, was exactly the same 365 days ago. I don't think we ever, were out of pocket with this deal. I thought we understood it pretty quick. I was praying it worked, but I got the vision of it. And I think most of us inside our Kings bubble, not necessarily the national media people, but I think we felt pretty good in that Wizards game with the hug heard around the world.
Timberwolves.
Oh, it's Timberwolves. I'm sorry. I mean, it was a team that wore blue. Oh, that's right, because it was a back-to-back, right? It was Timberwolves and Timberwolves. Yeah, that wouldn't happen with Washington. But
baseball realignment. You never know.
Okay. Appreciate you covering for me, though. I think everyone felt differently after that. The hug heard around the world.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I think when I don't know how I saw it on my phone. I don't know if it was a tweet or somebody sent me a screenshot or something, but it was funny. I saw the Kings. I forgot how it came, but the Kings acquired Domantas Sabonis, and I was like, the Kings acquired Domantas. Okay, and then I read down a little more. In exchange for Tyrese Halliburton. I was like, wow. Sitting there with the Queen Bee. I was like, they really did it. They really did that. Wow. Looking like the guy in The Wire. And same thing. I just kind of sat back and I thought about it and knew we were going to talk about it. And I was like, all right, well, you had to do what you had to do.
See, that's one of those ones. Being on the air for breaking news is a lot of fun. Right. You get the opportunity to react. You get real time emotional reaction. That's one where it was probably better that we had like a few minutes because it was so like jarring. Like, wait, wow. Okay.
So much better. So much better than the NBA draft.
A lot better than the NBA draft. Because your reaction for that draft was ridiculous. You should be embarrassed by the way you reacted to that.
That is always I wish you guys would tell the whole story.
Well, that's true too. But our producer was like, "Oh, I'm going to get clicks on this bitch. Watch what I do." Cut. Nothing but the reaction. None of the follow up. just cut the reaction and threw it out there to live on social media for me to die.
Screenshotting us, steal photos.
Don't worry, I had my bad tweet out there too. We all look bad.
Oh
day.
yeah.
I think I tweeted that
Number
day.
one defense, my ass.
No, not even that. For the Keegan draft, I think I tweeted the Kings took the 5th best player in a 4-player draft, and I put after that gross.
Oh man. Yeah, it lives out there. It lives out
there.
there.
To your point,
and I assure you, the full story is not nearly as sexy as that short little video that got posted.
No. It was like 10 minutes later. We're like, all right, well, Keegan Murray. I mean, he is a good ball player.
Well, and the thing was too, I hadn't thought about Keegan Murray one time until we did the film study thing that we were doing leading into that night. And I think I'm positive it's out. We said that day we did the film study, like, yo, this dude is really good.
Mm-hmm.
This absolutely works. Like, I get why there's rumblings about this. He's really, really good.
Then we talked to the coach.
We did.
And we were like even more so after we talked. We was like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Keegan could. It's a good look.
I enrolled at Iowa after that. I was like, hey, coach, I'm coming.
He's a Hawkeye.
I'm on my way. Let's go.
But to your original point, we had time to process. However little time it was, there was still time to process. All right,
and it
Halliburton's gone. I bring in Sabonis. Okay,
it doesn't take much, but like when you're, again, it's the excitement of what we do for a living. But when you're trying to process a million things when that type of news breaks while you're talking, you're trying to communicate the story, communicate it properly to the people who are listening to you and relying on you for information, and then you're trying to do that while also processing how you feel about it. The fact that we were able to eliminate one of those, and it was really only like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit longer. It was about 15 minutes because we definitely started the show early. It was like, okay, I get this. Let's make sure we present this as a way, because we knew people were going to be upset. So it was like, let's present this in a way where if you're upset, maybe you see the other side of this.
Right.
And it was like that for a couple of days until that
damn near a 1-man wolf pack or a 2-man wolf pack.
Yeah, and until that Minnesota game. And then I think everybody felt different.
Yeah.
And Sabonis was tough, especially at the time, because you knew he was on the trading block. And he's not a player who, despite the fact he just got his 3rd All-Star nod, he's not a player who really got a lot of recognition.
Right.
So I think and I think we see that now because I don't think he's comfortable with media, which is why I think he talks really fast. Like, if you ever notice when Domas does he talks really, really fast. And I think it's because he just wants to get it over with.
Right.
Yeah. So I think our opinion today is the same as it was a year ago. And just obviously we're thrilled with the results of it.
And a year later, one of the things that you judge with these trades, you would say, would both teams do it all over again? And I say 100%.
In a heartbeat.
100%. Both teams wouldn't even think about it.
And give me the voice, Doc. We should tell the whole story.
I wish you guys would tell the whole story.
You can't. And Buddy healed.
Hallelujah.
You can't.
Hell yeah,
exactly.
Monty would be like, hell yeah.
That's executive of the year type move. Like, you got off that player, but more importantly, you got off that contract, which wasn't working. You got that locker room. You did a lot with that one move. And then, the Marvin, I mean, you do the Marvin Bagley move again in a heartbeat too.
Yep.
I mean, everyone saw Dante DiVincenzo as the prize. Who knew that Trey Lyles was going to be the guy who was going to retire as a King? Get that brother's name up in the rafters right now.